What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Monday, February 5th, 2024. Hell Week is about to commence. We are very close to beginning Hell Week. It starts Wednesday. Again, wife's birthday anniversary is Saturday the 10th, and then Valentine's the following Wednesday, the 14th. Hell Week. Oh, check out the video vault. Just loaded up Javon Boggs in there, the wide receiver from Coco in the 2025 class, current commit, and latest commit, Naeem Alford. They're all there. Go to the BuckeyeCast.com. There's also a link, in the description. All right, let's get into it. Today we're talking linebacker recruiting. We just talked about corners yesterday with the huge commitment of the five-star Naeem Alford, the corner out of Alabama. Today we're talking linebackers. Buckeyes are going big game hunting in the linebacker room. So let's talk about it here. I've got 5 guys I want to talk about, and they're all from across the country, from California to Florida, and everywhere in between. So let's talk about it. Linebackers a huge priority for this 2025 class. They already landed in-state commitment from Akron-Hoban, Eli Lee. You got Laurinaitis and Jim Knowles out there sweeping the nation. They put out 20 offers for linebackers alone. So these are the guys that are on top of the board right now for the Buckeyes. We're going to go through TJ Alford from Vero Beach, Florida. Elijah Melendez, Kissimmee, Florida. Madden Ferriamo, San Juan Capistrano, California. Elijah Barnes from Dallas, Texas, and Nasir Wyatt from Santa Ana, California. So let's get into it. Let's start off with TJ Alford. Harvis is his first name. He goes by TJ. Currently has one prediction into Florida. He's 6'2", 210 out of Vero Beach, so over on the East Coast, about 3.5, 4 hours from me, depending if I'm driving or my wife is driving. Get there a little faster if I'm driving. But we might get a ticket. Who knows? Anyways, he's a high 4-star, 9'6", 4'9", number 70 player in the country, number 10 linebacker, number 10 player in Florida. This kid's tape's pretty badass. He's a heat-seeking missile. He also, as a freshman, ran an 11.67 100-meter, and he played varsity ball in 2021, 10 games, 63 tackles, and he was a freshman All-American Bowl invite. So that's a big deal. Looking at his visits, he's been to Florida 8 times, Miami 4 times, Ohio State twice. He was there twice, once back in June of last year, so last summer, and then once for a game on November 11th. He's also been to South Carolina and Auburn. So with TJ, he has a decision date set for March 30th, so that usually tells you he has a decision in mind. His final 6 are Florida, Florida State, Miami, Tennessee, UCF. What the fuck? It makes me laugh every time I see UCF in somebody's top 6. And then Ohio State, of course. Offers probably the most likely of this group to commit to Ohio State, but the Buckeyes have been relentless in recruiting him, and they're showing that they're willing to go to battle with the Florida schools, and they're going to have to for his commitment. So let's talk about Elijah Melendez from Osceola High down in Kissimmee, near Disney. If you ever been to the greater Orlando area, you know Kissimmee is south of Orlando, and it's a neighbor to Disney World. So there's that. Anyways, Elijah Melendez, 6'2", 225, a little bit bigger than Alford. He is a 4-star, 9.474, nationally ranked number 128 in the class, number 16 linebacker, number 18 player in the state of Florida. And he's another hitter. He's got that extra weight, so he's currently committed to Miami. I should point that out, probably. It's important. But his visit list is is very interesting. It's a lot of Midwest schools here. 3 times to Florida, 3 times to Penn State, twice to Miami, once to Ohio State, once to Kentucky. So interesting list there. He has the early commitment he made to Miami, but again, with Florida kids, that just tells you who's in the lead. That's not a hard commit, really. And the Buckeyes have not slowed down their pursuit of Melendez. It's a two-way relationship, and he's definitely in communication with Laurinaitis and Jim Knowles. So in the fall, Ohio State appeared to be in the lead for Melendez, but it looks like his recruitment is just getting started right now. So again, Florida kid. So we'll see. I would not put any stock in that Miami commitment whatsoever. They're about as flimsy as freaking a flannel suit. Anyways, next up, let's talk Madden Ferriamo from San Juan Capistrano, J. Sarah Catholic. He is 6'3", 210, a high 4-star, a 9.789, number 38 player in the class, number 4 linebacker, number 3 player in the country, has offers from everybody coast to coast. I like his size, and originally from the San Diego area. Let's look at, his mom was a former number 1 softball recruit in the class of 2018. No, sister. That would have been weird. His mom, that didn't make sense. Anyways, she was a four-year pitcher, All-American pitcher at UCLA. His sister was. So looking at his visit list here, he's been to USC 3 times, obviously the in-state, but he has been to Ohio State twice. Once back in June, when most people come to visit in the middle of summer, and then once on October 21st. So he also has visited UCLA once, Notre Dame, and Oregon. So the Buckeyes, Notre Dame, and the West Coast programs are the ones to watch. It's going to be a very good test of how good a recruiter James Laurinaitis is. It also helps that those West Coast teams are now folded into the Big Ten. So you can, make a case to the parents if that's an issue. My son's moving to the Midwest, we're never going to see him. No, actually, he's going to be actually in LA for a game or 2 every year. So so Madden Ferriamo, that's going to be a tough one, but hey, let's see if Laurinaitis can reel him in. Big fish. We just talked about him. Next up is Elijah Barnes. He's from Dallas, Texas. 6'1.5", 215. He is a high 4-star, 9.601, a number 83 national rank prospect, number 12 linebacker, number 14 player in Texas. He has all the big offers that everybody wants. This guy also runs track, of course. He ran an 11.11, 100 meters as a sophomore. That's legit, man. A 23.15, 200. So he's a fast one, and he's got great size. So let's check out his stats here. He had 131 tackles, 15 TFLs, and a pick. Take that. Looking at his visit list, he has been to Texas the most, 4 times, obviously, from Dallas. 3 times to SMU. What? SMU. Once to TCU, once to Florida State, once to Texas A&M, and once to Arizona. No visits to Ohio State yet that I see. So the Dallas-Fort Worth area is a major recruiting hotbed, and Barnes is a bit of a long shot right now. But the Buckeyes sent in James Laurinaitis, Ryan Day, and Jim Knowles to his school last week. So it shows the Buckeyes are willing to go all in for this guy. Last but not least here is Nasir Wyatt from Mater Dei. Eventually, we do have to land somebody out of Mater Dei, right? I mean, you would think that would happen. It's not easy, but so he's 6'3", 210, Santa Ana, California, Mater Dei High School. He's a 9'8", 2'8", almost a 5-star. Number 27 player in the class, number 2 edge. They got him as an edge. He's a linebacker. Number 2 player in California. Of course, he has all the offers you could ever want. As a sophomore, had 27 and a half tackles, 13 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. Let's look at his visit list here. He doesn't run track. It's interesting. Seems like everybody runs track now, doesn't it? His visit list goes 7 times to USC. That seems like a lot. Twice to Oregon, once to UCLA, once to Cal, once to Georgia, and Oklahoma and Alabama each there too. So that's going to be another tough pull, but they sent in the big guns, all 3 coaches last week. Or no, I'm sorry, I was thinking of Elijah Barnes. So again, this is another long shot. The Buckeyes have a big problem breaking into modern day. In the 2025 class, though, they're going after running back Jordan Davison. Remember him? And now linebacker Nasir Wyatt. So we eventually have to get somebody out of that freaking school, right? The Buckeyes are most likely going to take 3 linebackers in this 2025 class. The room's getting pretty thin now, and the proven veterans are all in their final year or 2 of eligibility. So it's really important for Knowles and Laurinaitis to bring in at least 3. The Buckeyes are not going to be stingy with the offers. Like I said, they've already offered more than 20 linebackers across the country. So it makes sense to cast a wide net, and it could be the key to landing, a great linebacker class, whether it's all national guys. You got the one in-state guy, but there's nobody else they've even offered from in-state in Ohio. So you're going to have to cast that wide net and land some of these guys from nationwide, So that's all I got for you today. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.